welcome to another edition of our live Pittsburgh Sportsline in the BPTV studios. Thanks for watching us on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. Thanks also for watching us on Verizon 32 in Bethel Park, and all the way from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between. We appreciate you. And we got a new high on the likes, 6677. Thank you very much for 6,677 likes on Facebook. We appreciate you watching our shows and liking our page. Can't beat that. We got a lot of sports for you tonight. Got some promos we'll talk to you about. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. Chip Hayner right here. Smoking Jim Frazier. Oh, he finished his pizza and stuff. But I'll start right with that. Thanks to Olive Oil's Pizzeria. Let's see if we can get that Rookie of the Year. Steve Fisher's the only one in the control room set up these cameras. 412-831-1900. They sponsor our TV show tonight with pizza and a hoagie, which was delicious. Give them a call, 412-831-1900. We had a guest, Dan Del Bianco, on our show, who's the director of PVGP, Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. It starts July 6th through the 15th. If you can't make it right away during the first week, the last few days are all at Shenley Park. 100,000 people come out there every day. It's quite the spectacle. If you want to be a volunteer, contact pvgp.org. Ask to be a volunteer. They'll accept you. Another 501c3, the Bethel Park Historical Society Schoolhouse Arts and History Center. Got the trolley there right on South Park Road. The big building there is the Schoolhouse Arts and History Center. 5,000 new windows. They're trying to help with the relief fund for the floods that we had in Bethel Park, so check that out. And you can donate your money there to Bethel Park Historical Society, 501c3. We end each show with Stay Joey Strong. Picture of Joey without DIPG and with DIPG, the Joey Favis Childhood Cancer Foundation. Donate your money there. They got events coming up in September. The 5K Walk and Run. We'll be filming that again. Done it for 3 years, so can't wait to do it again. And all the money goes to the doctors looking to find a cure for DIPG. Great cause. So check that out. Next, Dave Kate, well, we got, here it is, Bethel Park Community Foundation, bpcf.org. They're going to be sponsoring a group that's doing a relief fund. I'm actually going to be an MC of it. It's going to be at the middle school, IMS, in Bethel Park, August 12th. They wanted, somebody volunteered my name out. They contacted me to be an MC of this great fundraiser. So that's August 12th. It's a Sunday. 4 to 7:30, there will be all kind of bands playing. My buddy Bob Ridgway at Shady Mugs will be playing. So there'll be a lot of fundraising and baskets and raffles and you name it to help the people that lost a lot during the floods that struck Bethel Park last week. So check that out. Then Dave Cable had a little fun with me. I want you for BPTV. Tell them Uncle Al sent you. Al Levine, BPTV, producer and host of Pittsburgh Sportsline. Give him a call, 412-831-3304. If you didn't hear that, it's 412-831-3304. I want you for BPTV. You could be helping Steve, Rookie of the Year, Fisher out tonight. He may need it, but we'll get on with the show. Another sponsor of our show is Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. They're right past Trax Farm, Mineral Beach, right on 88. Give them a call, 724-348-4715. Anything that runs on gas, make that everything and anything that runs on gas. They're out there. They have a forge. They make knives. They make hooks. They make hooks that Smoking Jim can hang all his clothes on in his house. So check it out. That's Skeets Service Station sponsoring What's on Your Mind. And we're going to start this show with What's on Your Mind, Smoking Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
coming at you.
Got to see Levine. I want to thank Al Levine, the talking machine, and Chip Hayner, and the Rookie of the Year.
For what?
Right, I got that text sent.
For what?
Well,
What are you thanking us
the
for?
one thing I can say is, if you'd have asked me before the season if the Pirates would only lose one game 20-1, I'd take that, just one blowout. So,
I don't understand your point to that.
But anyhow, what's on my mind, and I'm not laughing at the Pirates.
Yes, you
Anybody could get blown out.
That's the second time you mentioned that, so I think you're making fun of it.
I'm not making fun of it, but anywho.
And they give you 600 tickets so far.
600 so far. I'm not going to the Heritage weekend next weekend.
They're so disappointed.
Because I don't want to act like I'm going to a Black Panther movie, but everybody dressing up in African garb. But let me know how that is, Chip. You have a double hitter of that. Mm-hmm. But anyhow,
thanks for the update, Smoking Jim Frazier.
What's on my mind is, the NFL Network, I think, botched the top 10 or quarterbacks. And so I decided to come up with my top 10 quarterbacks for the 2018 season. And I'll do it in descending order.
You mean the best is first?
Huh? The
best is first? Because that's descending order?
What's ascending then?
It'd have to be from worst to first.
There you go. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you. Only from Smoking Jim Frazier.
I'm going from the bottom to the top. Started at the
have,
bottom and now I'm here.
Do you have 10D and C and B on there?
Nope, just straight.
Straight up 10.
Yeah.
This is a first for BPTV.
Number 10, D, Dak Prescott. Number 10C is Andrew Luck. Number 10B is Cam Newton. And number 10 is Drew Brees. Number 9, I took a little heat for this one, Lamar Jackson of Baltimore.
Whoa.
I believe Flacco is a top 15 quarterback, and Lamar Jackson's going to beat him out, so he got to be in the top 10. How about number 8C is Carson Wentz?
Did you say C?
Yeah. 8B is Matt Ryan, and number 8, if he stays healthy, he can move up a little bit on the list. Derek Carr, I believe that the Derek Carr to Martavis Bryant connection may be the best we've seen since Randy Moss played.
Is Martavis going to play?
Bryant plays football.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will. He hasn't done anything wrong.
I'm going to go ahead and believe that.
How about number 7?
Okay.
Phillip Rivers. Number 6C, Andy Dalton.
6C.
And he'd be a little...
Your list is like 20 people long.
Andy Dalton would be in the Hall of Fame, but there's a prejudice in this country against people with red hair. Andy Dalton.
What Super Bowl?
Howdy Doody made the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there you go. You got the Andy Dalton here.
What Super Bowl did he win?
Pardon me?
What Super Bowl did he win?
Is same one Dan Marino won.
Well, okay.
Same Hall of Fame.
Same
Hall of Fame.
Okay. What playoff game did he win?
Huh?
What playoff game did he win?
You're getting too deep, Chip.
You know, playoff games are big, but to get that Cincinnati team to the playoffs is huge.
You know what else is huge?
It's huge.
No, it's even bigger.
What's that?
Preseason games.
Okay. How about 6B? Blake Bortles. I tell you what, his career has been down last couple of years because he changed.
He's only been in a couple
his
years.
Throwing motion. The last few games of the season, last 20% of the season, I've seen
How long has he been in the NFL?
Long enough to get this new contract he got at the end of the season. Blake Bortles comes in at 6B.
Tell us his real name. You got jumbled up on that.
Is it Bortles? What is it?
Okay.
All right. And number 6, if he stays healthy, would have been Rookie of the Year. Maybe the best quarterback in football. Deshaun Watson beat Alabama. Should have beat them twice.
Is that Alabama playing the NFL?
See, most of their players. Yeah, most of their players. How about number 5? Third best quarterback in Green Bay history behind Brett Favre and Bart Starr. Aaron Rodgers come in at number 5. How about number 4? Jimmy Garoppolo.
Hold on, how many games did he play?
This is a 2018 list. Who's going to be the best in 2018? Jimmy Garoppolo
And-
has
and-
to get
that
four.
out.
And his resume includes 5 NFL games.
In 2018, he'll have 16 more.
Okay.
Number 3, got to go with my man, Russell Wilson at number 3. Number 2, Tom Brady. And number 1, Big Ben Roethlisberger. And that is the list. And that's what's on my mind.
Thanks,
Top 10
Smoking Jim.
Top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Thank you very
Hard to
much.
question
That
that.
looked like a 20 there.
Let me see that list. Okay. I just want to pull it because we'll wait for Alan to ask me what's on my mind.
All right, can I ask you?
You sure may.
What's on your mind, Chip Painter?
So Carson Wentz, who should have been the NFL MVP last year,
Oh, he got hurt.
he got a boo-boo. Lamar Jackson hasn't taken a snap in the NFL. Drew Brees, who is on the verge of passing Peyton Manning for career passing yards
Yeah.
in the NFL.
What number?
Certainly, well,
8.
he's about number 18 on his list of 10 because, he's got 4 number 10s,
Sure.
3 number 8s, 3 number 6s. And Jimmy Garoppolo with 5 full games. I would have to say. And mark that one down, bronze it, and put it on a plaque.
There you go.
Okay?
Well, one great thing is Smoking Jim Frazier is an honest man,
That's right.
as he sees it.
And then nothing,
Totally as he sees it.
I don't see
nothing,
color.
nothing like being a homer.
First, I got accused of that.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
very
who's
tough-
number 1?
Well,
Big Ben.
Who's he play for?
Let me see. Antonio Brown's the number 1 receiver in football.
Yeah.
And Le'Veon Bell's the number 1 receiving running back. Who throws them the ball? Ben's underrated, man. Give him a little credit.
Thank you.
okay.
But what teams he play for?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, just checking. You've had season tickets since you're 5 years old?
4.
4 years old.
Yeah.
You got a year younger.
Yeah,
on
I've
this
always
show.
been 4.
Has it?
Well,
Who can verify that?
So what's on my mind? We're getting to the point where we're getting into the dog days of the summer,
Oh,
and
you're living it.
and free agency in the NHL and the NBA was about the biggest news story of the weekend. And what a dud that was. Anybody surprised that LeBron James?
Hold it. I called it on the
Went
show.
to
I'll
the
talk
Los
about it on
Angeles
what's on
Lakers.
my mind.
Okay,
Smoking
you
Jim
do that.
asked me.
I won't delve
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
I won't delve
right.
into it. And
Smoking
the
Jim
Penguins-
asked me that question.
And the Penguins made a big splash by signing Jack Johnson, who performed so well last year that he was a healthy scratch for the playoffs. And watched the last 4 losses to the Capitals from the press booth. But apparently the Penguins have
He's Sid's friend. Come on.
addressed their shortcomings from last year. And they brought back a relic in Matt Cullen, who'll be 42 years old in November. So
Hold it for $650,000. What a
geez,
deal.
and a bowl of soup. I mean, I'm telling you,
What a deal.
So,
They're
so
deal
it's a slow day, and we the only thing that we've got to hang our hat on is Major League Baseball, and in Major League Baseball this year, there's a pretty amazing pennant race going on in the American League East. You've got the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox that keep on trading first place and second place on a regular basis. It's going to be a race that's going to be worth watching, and then also out in the American League West. Keep your eye on the Seattle Mariners. The Houston Astros are the defending champs. Wow. And the Seattle Mariners are giving them everything that they can and giving them a run for their money. So
Look into
there's
that,
something
Smoking
there for you to look into. Some great baseball being played. Unfortunately, last night in Chavez Ravine, maybe not so much. The Pirates took a thumping from the Los Angeles Dodgers. But in the grander scheme of things, in a 162-game season, it's 1 loss, and the Pirates are now at 40-44. They go against a pitcher tonight that they have great success against, Clayton Kershaw, who's been on and off the disabled list all year. And his career record against the Pirates is 2 wins and 3 losses.
I didn't know
And
that.
we're one of 2 teams that he has a losing record to. And as a matter of fact, last time he pitched against the Pirates, I happened to be there enjoying that game. The Pirates smacked him around, knocked him out in about the 3rd or 4th inning, and right from that game, he went on to the disabled list with back problems. So that $35 million pitcher, there may be a couple of chinks in his armor, and you know what? I expect the Pirates to bounce back. They still have the ability, they still have the opportunity to take 2 or 3 from the Dodgers. And if you just think about the way that the Pirates have been playing lately, they're up and they're down, still making the same mistakes that you shouldn't be making at the major league level. And not only are the players making them, so are the coaches. So we'll get into more of Bucko talk as we get in later. I'll get more into depth into what's been going on, but it's going to be a long, hot summer. But there's a lot of baseball still yet to play, and you know what? If people would just put away their hatred for the owner of the Pirates and root for the team that plays on the field, you're going to see some great baseball between now and the end of September. So there's plenty of seats available.
Just ask Smoking Jim if you
Cheer
don't get
your
one.
hometown team on. The Pirates have been in Pittsburgh. They're the longest tenured professional franchise in Pittsburgh. They've been here for close to 135 years.
Wow.
And, I'd like to make sure that they stay another 135.
Wow.
But that's what's on my mind.
And
Thanks.
they probably saved some runs for tonight, right?
No, not
Hey,
necessarily.
you know what? And whatever they did last night, the slate's clean tonight.
They
Starting
start fresh.
Starting at 10-10, score 0-0.
Staying up.
The likelihood is no, because I get up at 3:30 in the morning and I work in this heat all day, and I just can't keep my eyes open past
Don't worry,
8:30, 9
Smoking
o'clock.
Jim doesn't sleep. He will watch the game. Thank you, Chip Hayner. Appreciate it.
Text me with scores every inning. How about every pitch?
He's not that in depth, but you can only try. What's on my mind is Smoking Jim asked me a question that was off air. Where's LeBron going? I didn't hesitate one bit. Told him L.A. He's like, how do you know that? Well, now the whole world knows it. $154 million. Los Angeles Lakers know it. And now they're making other moves. Looks like Lonzo Ball might be sitting on the bench if they keep getting a couple more guards. But LeBron made his move. The rumors about his family liking L.A. Oh, he does have a home there.
Not a home, a mansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's interested in making movies and being a mega star, so why not? Once in a while, the talking machine gets one, Smoking Jim. Yeah, go ahead.
He's not able to do all that in that budding metropolis of Cleveland?
No. He's tried his best. Look, he couldn't even get a team that could support him. He carried that
you know
team.
what? They got their parade, one every 60 years, and they're good.
They got another Predator movie coming out. Maybe he can play the Predator.
Why would he do that? You wouldn't see his face.
They're a hockey team.
Well, that's what's on my mind.
you
Go
forget ice is
LeBron, and the
cold?
Lakers will be back. Maybe we'll see Lakers in Boston again. Who knows? They're reviving the NBA. And we'll be back with some fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. Thanks, Chip. Thanks, Rookie of the Year, Steve Fisher. A couple months ago, I predicted LeBron James would go to Los Angeles because I did my homework. And,
You were arguing with me, son of a gun.
No, I didn't argue because I knew he was going to L.A. because I broke the story. It must have been on another network, but I broke the story because his son enrolled in school. His 13-year-old son enrolled in
That's what I
in
told
the
you.
academy. Yeah.
I'm
So
glad you found that to be true.
yeah. So, but something you guys may not know is that Lonzo Ball will make LeBron better. So I'm predicting that.
How's that going to happen?
Some good thing. This guy, he's a Magic Johnson with a jump shot.
Who is?
The point guard.
Where was
Lonzo
it?
Ball.
Is that why they brought in Rajon Rondo?
Yeah.
Is that why they signed Rajon Rondo?
To back him up, yeah.
No.
To play ahead of him.
Rondo can't shoot. Rondo can't
They're
shoot.
paying him.
Yeah, because the other team didn't want him. So, yeah, they brought him in because the other team didn't want him. He wanted to stay with the Pelicans, but they didn't want him. So, but anywho,
Thanks, Smoking Jim.
yeah. And the fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac just happens to be LeBron James.
Wow,
LeBron
what
James.
a coincidence.
In 2002, LeBron James' senior year of high school, LeBron James came here to the Pittsburgh Civic Arena on a Sunday after the Pittsburgh Steelers game, and most of the Pittsburgh Steelers team was in attendance. That's how big he is. Just to give the fans
How
a
about
little.
you?
I was there as well in the igloo. I think they opened the roof that night.
It had been closed.
They raised the roof for LeBron James.
And I can promise you, the place wasn't at near capacity.
But that was a sellout.
no. It
Man, it
wasn't.
was a sellout crowd,
Basketball
man.
doesn't sell out. In
Sellout
Pittsburgh.
crowd. But
Never
check this
will.
out. Check this out, man. Here's a little bit to know about LeBron
We need
James.
some fiction, man.
When LeBron James was a freshman in high school, he averaged 21 points a game, 6 rebounds. His team won 27-0. They won a state championship. The next year, because of the following, they moved their high school games into the University of Akron's arena to accommodate all the fans that traveled with them. So his sophomore year, he averaged 25 points a game, 7 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 3.8 steals. Most steals in Akron since James Harrison was there. And they went 26-1 and won another state championship. His junior year, they got beat in state championships, but he still averaged 29 points a game, 8.3 rebounds a game, 5.7 assists, and 3.3 steals. They went 23-4. He was the high school national champion as a senior, 6'8", 250 pounds for St. Vincent St. Mary's High School. 31.6 points a game as a senior, 9.6 rebounds, 4.6 assists, and 3.4 steals. And I tell you what, we were at the game. Hines Ward, all the boys, after a hard game, they came in a little bit late because by the time they showered and talked to reporters, they got there about 5 or 10 minutes late. Sellout crowd, capacity crowd, standing room only. They almost opened the roof. There were still people. Brothers were scalping tickets outside, and LeBron put on a show. His team was so good his senior year, and so many people wanted to see him that they used to travel all over the country and play their games. LeBron James was the 2003 first player picked overall, never did go to college, and now LeBron James is going to team up with the father of the year, LeVar Ball. Lonzo Ball is going to make him better, and I'm predicting if they get one more player, LeBron James and the LA Lakers will go almost all the way again.
Who's going to stop him?
Who's the kid from San Antonio that they're talking about?
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi
Boy,
Leonard.
that's hard to get them brother names out. Kawhi Leonard, yeah. I wonder what that.
So
I wonder who he was named after.
there's one thing.
Kawhi Senior.
There's one thing that I didn't hear, but apparently, I guess he won championships in his first 2 years in high school and lost championships in his second 2 years in high school.
No, it's junior year. He won his senior year.
Okay. Because I was going to say losing championships is something that he's become very proficient at. What's his record in the pros? 3-7.
Yeah.
Never will be the GOAT.
No. But I think he only went to the West, so he wouldn't break Jerry West's record for most loss. I think Jerry West lost 8 times. And LeBron would have stayed in the East, they would, but he's never going to play in the finals.
So What's it gonna take to get Kobe out of retirement?
Wow. How about Magic?
That
would be magic.
Was he gonna roll up the floor in his wheelchair?
Showtime, Lakers.
Thanks, Smoking Jim
You're
Frazier.
welcome, sir.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Chip's Trivia segment. And just to lead off the trivia segment, big surprise here being that the person that hears appeals in the NFL is the same person that announces punishment. Julian Edelman's PED appeal has been denied. Okay, there you go.
How could that happen?
What a shocker, folks. So, what's going on in the world of sports right now? The hockey season's over. Free agency's pretty much over and done with. The NBA season's over with. Free agency's pretty much over and done with. The one and only free agent that anybody cared about is signed, sealed, delivered to the Los Angeles Lakers. Mm-hmm. So that brings me to the most popular sporting event in the entire world, the most watched sporting event on the entire planet. And I know my dear friend Jim is going to disagree with me here, but the NFL gets hundreds of millions to watch their Super Bowl game. But the World Cup gets an audience of multiple billions. Wow. Okay, there's a B, not an M. So that's what's on my mind right now. And now I got some trivia in regards to the FIFA World Cup. The FIFA World Cup, this is the 21st FIFA World Cup, a quadrennial international football tournament. Do you know what quadrennial is?
No.
Every 4 years.
Okay.
Contested by the men's national team of the member associations of FIFA. And it's currently ongoing in Russia, starting from June 14th, and will end the final match on July 15th, 2018. This is the first World Cup to be held in Eastern Europe, and the 11th time it has been held in Europe. For the first time, the tournament takes place on two continents, Europe and Asia. All but one of the stadium venues are in European Russia in order to keep the travel time manageable at an estimated cost of over $14.2 billion. Wow. It is the most expensive World Cup ever. This is also the first World Cup where video assistant referees have been utilized. Mm-hmm. The final tournament involves 32 national teams, which include 31 teams determined through qualifying competitions and the automatically qualified host team. Of the 32 teams, 20 made back-to-back appearances following the last tournament in 2014, including defending champions Germany, while both Iceland and Panama made their first appearances at a FIFA World Cup. A total of 64 matches will be played in 12 venues located in 11 cities. The final will take place July 15th at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow.
Who?
That's a mouthful, huh? The defending champions Germany were knocked out in the group stage. It was the first time since 1938 that a German side did not advance from the first stage of the World Cup tournament. Their first in a major competition since the UEFA Euro 2004, and the fourth time in the last 5 World Cups that the title holders had been eliminated in the opening stage of the tournament after France in 2002, Italy in 2010, and Spain in 2014. Notable countries that failed to qualify include 4-time champions Italy, for the first time since 1958. 3-time runners-up and third place in 2014, the Netherlands, for the first time since 2002. And 4 reigning continental champions, the 2017 Africa Cup nations of Cameroon,
No.
2-time Copa American champions and 2017 Confederations runner-up Chile, 2016 OFC Nations Cup winners New Zealand, and the 2017 CONCACAF Gold Cup champions, the United States, for the first time since 1986. The other notable qualifying streaks broken were for Ghana and the Ivory Coast, who had both made the previous 3 tournaments. So I mentioned something about the various stages, and I mentioned something about the group stage. And I'd like to just shed some light on what is the group stage. Competing countries were divided into 8 groups of 4 teams, groups A to H. Teams in each group played one another in a round-robin basis, while the top 2 teams of each group advancing to the knockout stage. 10 European teams, 4 South American teams progressed to the knockout stage together with Japan and Mexico. For the first time since 1938, Germany, who is the reigning champions, did not advance past the first round. For the first time since '82, no African team progressed to the second round. For the first time, their fair play criteria came into use when Japan qualified over Senegal due to having received fewer yellow cards. Only one match, France and Denmark, was goalless until there were a record 36 straight games in which at least 1 goal was scored. So that takes us to the second stage of the tournament, which is the knockout stage, which the first round of the knockout stage was completed today. Okay? In the knockout stages, if a match is level at the end of normal playing time, do you know what level means? Tied. Okay? Extra time is played, 2 periods of 15 minutes each, and followed, if necessary, by a penalty shootout to determine the winners.
Wow.
If a match goes into extra time, each team will be allowed to make a 4th substitution, the first time this has been allowed in the FIFA World Cup. So we get down to the quarterfinal matches, which are the second round of the knockout stage, and these are the way it matches up. Uruguay will be playing France. Brazil, who is the odds-on favorite to win the tournament this year, will play Belgium. Sweden will play Great Britain, or England. And Russia will play Croatia. Now, England beat Colombia this afternoon on penalty kicks. Now, you know, that brings up the question as to, is this a fair way to determine in a one-and-done tournament that you go to penalty kicks? I mean, haven't anybody ever heard of sudden death overtime? I don't know. I don't necessarily think that the penalty kicks are the best way to do things, but I'll touch on that before I'm done here. So going back to the history of World Cup winners and World Cup host countries, Brazil leads the pack with 5 World Cup victories, followed by Italy with 4. Germany is 1, 2, 3, 4. Germany has 4 as well, but 3 of the 4 wins were by West Germany, not the unified German team, but they still count. Uruguay has won twice. The Argentina has won twice. And England won 1966. Let's see who else. And France has won once. So notice how no American team has ever won or been the runner-up. And the way the American team played forced the American team to fire the coach. And they're going to have to revamp USA Soccer all over again, and they will get a chance to attempt to qualify for 2022. So every 4 years, the men's tournament is played, and since 1991, every 4 years, the women's tournament is played. And in the women's tournament, believe it or not, the United States is the all-time winner with 3 World Cup victories.
Wow.
And, you know, the winner, the United States won their second World Cup in a 5-4 shootout. Okay, so the United States was the benefactor of the shootout, and they lost the 2011 World Cup in a shootout to Japan, 3-1. So the United States has 3 times been top dog in the Women's World Cup. once they've come in second. Germany is second with 2 wins, with Japan and Norway each having 1.
How long have women been playing?
Since 1991. That's how long the women's World Cup has been played. So if you are interested in some really amazing sport, I have, and this is probably the only real time that I will pay attention to soccer, is when you get down into the finals of the World Cup. It really is amazing if you sit and watch the game. I know some people would rather watch paint dry, yes, and consider it. But I'm going to tell you what, the passion that is displayed by the countries who are represented in the World Cup, and this is a worldwide thing. This game is televised to billions, and I mean, it's staggering the amount of attention this gets. Most popular sport on the planet, the most watched sporting event on the planet, bar none. And I know my friend Jim hates to hear that, but just the facts.
Hold on, how's their viewership this year?
It just keeps on growing. It just keeps on growing. But so the first round of the knockout, they're going to the quarterfinals. They went from 16 teams down to 8, and now they'll pare that down to 4. And then the finals will be played July 15th, and we will crown a new World Cup champion. There will not be a repeat champion. There will not be a United States champion.
Wow.
I know a question that a lot of people are asking is, when's the World Cup over?
I just told you,
July 15th. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's the last game.
Because it seems like it's going on and on and on, man. Thank goodness.
Yeah, well,
it's on my TV, man.
It's on for a month, man. It's on for a month. You know what, Jim? Open your mind. Learn something new. You'd be amazed at the athletes that play this game. The one thing about soccer that differentiates it from any other sport, they play 45-minute halves. Mm-hmm. That means that they don't, after every play, stop and huddle and pat each other on the butt. They don't step out of the batter's box. They run for 45 minutes nonstop, And
I'd rather watch a cheese roll.
Okay.
You ever see that? You ever see the cheese roll where they roll down the hill, man?
Well, Jim, I've watched a lot of ridiculous things on TV.
That. You like that?
I haven't had to stop. No, I got to tell you.
We better move on. Thanks, Chip Hayner, for the FIFA World Cup. Learned a lot of great stuff there. Thank you, Chip.
Out in the truck, you want one?
On location, July 9th, the Pittsburgh Sportsline, a.k.a. Jim Frazier Hall of Fame. I only know 2 of the people coming on the show. I told them, bring the bios.
Next year, we're putting Handsome Jim in.
Next year? We'll see about that. You're an honest man, but you don't keep your word that many times. But we'll see. 7 inductees are supposed to be there. Is that still the update?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mario Tempest is going to announce a golf fundraiser. He'll be there early, so come out early to Olive Oil's Pizzeria, 930 Brookline Boulevard. We'll be there 7:30 to 8:30 filming. I'll be there as early as 6:30 to set up, and we'll get the show going. Should be a great show. Hall of Fame is one of our classic events. We appreciate it. Smoking Jim has the only vote. I really don't know what criteria he goes by. And one of the inductees said he was number 21. I don't know how he got that number. Then he also said, well, knowing Smoking Jim picks the inductees, there's probably 19 women. So I said, no, it's about a 50-50 split. So we shall see. It'll be a good show. There's $5 large pizzas, 1 topping. $5 large hoagies by Olive Oil's Pizzeria. Frank Fanero treats us there. Can't beat it. You got to come out, watch this show, because it's an amazing Pittsburgh Sportsline Hall of Fame show with the DJ Dan, the dreadlock DJ. Check him out. He's always interesting, and he said he'll be on his best behavior, so watch out, folks. We will have some fun, and we'll be back with some Bucko Talk. Welcome back. Glad you didn't change that dial. We have some Bucko talk. We talked about the 17-1 loss. That's a little disappointing. Chip was pumping you up. How are we going to have ups and downs this year? We just don't have a superstar player to pull the team up. That's one of the things we're looking for. An ace on our staff. We still haven't found that ace. So we're looking for some of these things, and hopefully with the young players, somebody will lead the pack. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well,
somebody to step up.
And this is one of the things that you're going to have to deal with when you're dealing with a young baseball team. You're going to go through some growing pains. However, there are some mistakes that keep being made. And yes, you could fault the players because these are things that they should have known before they got into the major leagues. But, I'm going to have to call out the coaching staff, okay? For example, Saturday night, the Pirates are playing the Padres. And they were down, and the Pirates started rallying, okay? And they scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th, okay? And the way it started out, they started out with a double. Elias Diaz hit a double, scored a run, made it 4-2. Gregory Polanco hits a triple, scores Elias Diaz, runner on third, no outs. Game's 4-3. So the next batter up hits a pop-up, which was not deep enough for the runner to tag. So 1 out, still have runner on third, down 1 run, and the next batter up hits a fly ball to right field. Well, the ball drifts into foul territory, and the right fielder goes after it, and in the process of catching the ball, crashes into the wall, loses his balance, and then gets up and attempts to throw in. Now, the right fielder does have a reputation for having a gun, all right? He's got a good arm, throws out a lot of runners.
Sure.
But, you could tell by the way he caught the ball, he was moving to his left. And so, he would have had to set himself. And if the runner on third base was doing what he should have been doing, he should have been standing on third base, making an attempt to tag. Whether the third base coach let him go or not, forced them to make the throw. And personally myself, I would have sent the runner. There's a very good likelihood he would have scored, tied the game. Well, unfortunately, Polanco was halfway between third base and home plate with absolutely no chance to tag up. And what he was doing there, I have no idea. The third base coach said that was my fault. I told him, no, don't tag, don't tag. But the fact of the matter was, that decision should have been made while his foot was on third base, not while he was in between.
In Little League, you learn about tagging on a fly ball. You go back to the base, put your foot on the bag, and then you're ready to run.
But that was a foul ball.
But it doesn't matter.
Foul ball,
Yeah, Polanco probably didn't realize.
Well, and he's in the major leagues, and he should know them. Okay, so at this point,
Smoking Jim, how long has he played?
The point that I'm trying to make is continually, here's a man that makes basic base running blunders on plays that should not happen at the major league level. Now, you can sit there and point your finger if you want to at the player, but how is it that the coaching staff isn't teaching these guys where they should be, what they should be doing in every situation? You're on the field, your third base coach is right there in your ear. Hey, and if the ball's hit here, this is what I want you to do. If the ball's hit the left field, this is what you're going to be doing. Any fly ball to the outfield, you stay on this bag, you get ready to tag, I'll tell you if to go or not. And these are basic things that
we learned in Little League.
That happen and continue to happen to the same people. And, I got to fault the coaching staff on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's Clint Hurdle. That's your first base coach. That's your third base coach. And as much as I love the Pirates and I support Clint Hurdle and I support the team, they have got to do a better job at basic fundamental baseball. Okay?
Look at guys getting caught off the base. How does that happen?
All the time.
We see it too many times.
All the time. And and I understand we have a young team, and I know that we watch the Pirates. We watch them 162 times. So the mistakes that the Pirates make are not just unique to the Pirates. These are mistakes that are made on a regular basis all across Major League Baseball.
I never seen nobody make that.
Well, you don't watch any baseball either, so I mean,
You must have missed a couple games.
But you know,
you wouldn't even know what to do. You come out of Pony League, you didn't know you could tag up.
That begs me to the point is, you know, right now, ratings are slipping in baseball. Attendance is down around the league.
Yeah.
More importantly, attendance is severely down at PNC Park this year, and that's something that, you know, the Pirates fan base are upset with the ownership of the team and what they perceive as their lack of commitment to winning. But you know, when Neil Huntington was pulling all the right strings and the team was winning, you know, the one thing I will say about Neil Huntington is, you know, he's a very smart baseball man, but I think he needs to be smart enough to realize that, you know what, I can't keep trying to pound a square peg into a round hole. You know, maybe I need to make some adjustments, and maybe they should rethink. You know what they're doing. I don't know. You know, I personally don't think that throwing a bunch of money at a problem is the solution to it. But if you can't get your coaching staff to teach basic fundamental baseball to your Major League Baseball players, this is a problem that, you know, should have been worked on in the minor leagues. Okay, so, you know, you have to rethink everything you're teaching from the minors all the way up to the majors, and, you know, maybe some changes need to be made. But you know, for the time being, you know, the National League, if you're paying attention to baseball this year, which of course I am, really the National League is wide open. It is really anybody's game. There's no team in the National League that's going to run away with it. You know, the Chicago Cubs, you know, are one of the strongest teams, and one of the teams that's amazing me this year is the Milwaukee Brewers, because if you look at the Milwaukee Brewers, you know, they had a fire sale. They got rid of everybody. Now they've got a bunch of young players, and look what they're doing. You know, they have invested some money in a couple of big pitchers, which seem to have made it. They're in first place. They've won 49 games already. You know, their market is no bigger than our market, and you know, they actually even came out and said to their fan base, you know, what we're going to do is, you know, we're gonna tank it for a couple of years, but we're going to rebuild this, and we're going to bring you back a winner.
Look what Houston did. They did the exact same thing, and
their fans have supported them. So, you know, the Pirates, you know, if they continue to keep doing things the same way and don't make any changes, you know, the fan base right now is disillusioned. It's obvious by the attendance figures, and the Pirates need to do something to get the fans' interest back in the Pittsburgh Pirates and get fannies back in the seats at PNC Park. I still go, and I'm going to be a fan, and I always will be, but I'm also a realist.
Do you agree that it's the Yankees and Boston and everybody else?
What's that?
As far as they're going to run away with the.
Well, see, here's the thing.
He said National League,
but I'm saying
that's
the American League, yeah. But nobody's close.
Well, you know, the American League.
Wins.
I mean, there's going to be. I mean, you've got Seattle, it's playing lights out. You got Houston, it's playing lights out. You got Boston. You've got
Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees, and you know, let's not forget about the Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians aren't chopped liver, and they've been in the World Series just 2 years ago. So. You know, one of the biggest problems with baseball right now is the fact that there really is no equity in the game. You know, you're not playing on a level playing field when you've got one team that can spend $200 million on salary.
Look at the Dodgers,
and then you've got another team that can get away with spending only $80 million on salary.
Look at the Buccos.
You know, how do the have-nots catch up to the haves?
Yeah.
You know, every once in a while you can catch lightning in a bottle, but they've got to do something to make the game a more level playing field, so that, you know, the smaller market teams can. Yeah, the 2015 Kansas City Royals, small market team, they won it all. But you know, that team's now been dismantled, and what are the Kansas City Royals doing? You know, they sold off all their good players because, you know, for whatever reason.
They couldn't afford them.
So, you know, I think changes need to be made to baseball.
Where's Bryce Harper play?
Washington
That's
Nationals.
my team. That's
and
my
this
team.
will be his last year with Washington, because at
Taking
the end
his
of
gold
this
shoes
season,
somewhere else?
at the end of this season, he becomes an unrestricted free agent. And it'll be interesting to see if he does or does not become the first $400 million baseball player.
President Trump's not going to let him out of Washington.
He has nothing
They
to
don't
do
even
with
care
it.
about him. He doesn't even know he's playing baseball.
He loves sports.
He doesn't know he's playing baseball for the Nationals. You better send him a tweet so he can read it and find out, because he's oblivious to that.
$400 million player. Wow.
He could become the first $400 million player.
He deserves it.
None of them deserve it, Jim. Every professional athlete, in my mind's eye, is extremely overpaid. It's just my humble opinion.
Really?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I never heard that before.
No,
Now you heard it.
Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
July
That is
3rd,
mine.
2018. You heard it right from Chip. We'll write this day down. According
In
to
infamy.
the day that'll live in infamy. Where'd you read about Roosevelt, buddy?
I heard this speech.
Did you?
So
So
you know what?
December 7th.
Myself, I'm going to continue to support the team. I enjoy watching baseball. I want to watch this new group of Pittsburgh Pirates mature into major leaguers. But the growing pains sometimes are a little harder to watch than others.
That they are.
Meadows still hanging in there.
He's doing very well. I'll tell you what. He's a major league ball player. It'll be interesting to see how the season pans out, what the Pirates are going to do. But that kid definitely belongs on a major league ball club.
So is Frazier, and they backstabbed him.
No, his hitting wins.
Jim,
When you can't hit, can't compete, they send him down.
He hustles.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Jim, you know what? Trying real hard doesn't cut it in professional sports, and you should know this better than anybody. It's performance on the field that dictates your playing time.
That's
Yeah,
why
you're like the emperor of the NFL. They're a piece of meat.
that's
No,
why-
this kid's a piece of meat. You care about him. What
That's
happened?
why Rodriguez is still up, huh?
No, he's not. He's actually in Indianapolis right
Wow, about time. How did I miss that one?
now. Well,
It got away from
because
you.
you're right on the news wire every day.
He's look Jim so far off on that.
Yeah.
I was boycotting the Pirates.
Yeah.
Still
Jim pays so
How
little.
were you boycotting 300 tickets?
Wait a minute.
You gave them away.
Wait a minute. Jim pays so little attention to what's going on around him. When I told him what the final game for the World Cup
July
is,
15th?
he says to me, "When is that going to be over?" I only told
You didn't say
you.
it was the final game. You said it was
Hold
the,
it. I got to
the
at least
final tournament or something.
let
I
me
know it was
speak
the
up
day.
for Smoking
I
Jim.
know if it was a 7-game.
He's been
Trying
hitting
to-
the head so many times that I can't kid about the CTE, folks. You witnessed it.
I know if it was the
Jim,
best
you
out of
witnessed
12
C-
or...
I
CTE.
said in the knockout round, it's a one and done tournament.
Okay.
Okay,
was
one
hard
loss, and you're out.
I was hoping
Chip,
I didn't miss
he
it.
actually didn't listen to each word.
He didn't
Some
listen
of
to
it,
most
he
of them.
glossed over some of that. Well,
Jim,
we're
I love you like a brother, man.
We're starting to
My man.
wind down. Thanks to Dave Cable and BPTV. Thanks to Steve, Rookie of the Year Fisher, for setting up these cameras. The sound system and everything looks good in here. We appreciate it. Hopefully Devin Shea will be back next week. I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. God bless America. And enjoy your day and be safe tomorrow. And thanks for watching us on Pittsburgh Sportsline. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Chip Hayner and Smoking Jim Frazier. And please stay Joey